flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Secretary, could we get a roll call, please?
Yes. Commissioner Fowler,
Present.
Commissioner Rice,
Aye.
Commissioner Trejo,
Aye.
Commissioner Shaw Williams.
Aye.
Chairman Springs.
Aye. Any communications from staff?
No communications, Chairman.
Okay. Okay, we're going to start the meeting off just a little differently this evening. I was told by a resident that our meetings are a little bit stuffy and they're too regiment. So we're going to loosen up a little bit this evening, seeing that it's St. Patrick's Day, and I'm sure everybody has already had their green beer. So we're going to loosen it up just a little bit. So I see our director is in his green, and that's it. Oh, you have your green. Very good. So we're just going to have a loosen up just a little bit. Okay, any public comments regarding agenda items? Persons wishing to address the Planning Commission on any item other than the public hearing may do so at this time. Just go back to the mic, give us your name. Hearing, seeing none, we're going to close that segment. And we're going to start off with item number, Madam Secretary?
Item 5A, a public hearing to consider an application by Travis Albini representing Chick-fil-A for special use permit number 25-00024 to allow a proposed 5,031 square foot fast food restaurant with a drive-through and outdoor dining within a shopping center on a C2 zone property at 3003 West Manchester Boulevard.
Chairman, the project file is present. Notice has been given in a time and place as required by law. Planning has received no written communications regarding this item. Assistant Planner Faith Smith is present to give a short staff presentation.
Hello. Before we begin, Chairman Springs and members of the commission, I did place an updated resolution in front of you. There were just some language changes, but no conditions were changed. Okay, now we'll begin. Good evening, Chairman Springs and the members of the commission. In 1970, building safety records indicate that a certificate of occupancy was issued for a 29,345 square foot one-story commercial building. In January 2003, planning staff approved a business license for Big Lots. Big Lots closed on December 12, 2024, and the building is currently vacant. On February 4th, 2026, the Planning Commission continued the public hearing to March 4th, 2026. On March 4th, 2026, the Planning Commission continued the public hearing to March 17th, 2026. On March 5th, 2026, the planning staff and the applicant held a community informational meeting to discuss the proposed project. The project is located at the northeast corner of Manchester Boulevard and Crenshaw Boulevard. The site is currently developed as a shopping center that includes a freestanding fast food restaurant and a detached one-story commercial building, and it is zoned C2 General Commercial. Surrounding land uses to the north and east include properties with existing commercial and multiple family residential uses. Properties to the south and west are developed with commercial uses. The applicant is requesting a special use permit to allow an approximately 5,000 square foot fast food restaurant with the drive-through and outdoor dining within a shopping center. Through ongoing communication between the applicant and planning staff, an agreement was reached to position the drive-through at the rear of the property and relocate the building frontage to stand along Manchester Boulevard. This approach is intended to enhance and activate walkability along Manchester Boulevard while improving overall traffic circulation. The applicant proposes a modern, approximately 5,000 square foot, one-story fast food restaurant that consists of an indoor dining area with a children's play area and a covered outdoor dining area with a black metal trellis. Through continued coordination between the applicant and planning staff, an agreement on the building design was reached. The building features a rectangular footprint and is finished with stucco and brick veneer on all 4 elevations. The design incorporates parapets and variations in wall planes to add architectural depth and visual interest. Additional architecture features include dark bronze aluminum awnings and translucent laminated glass windows. The building is designed to activate the street frontage along Manchester Boulevard and establish a cohesive commercial presence that will encourage future development opportunities on the site. The proposed site will be equipped with adequate interior and exterior security cameras throughout the restaurant and mounted on the building facade, providing coverage of the parking lot and surrounding exterior areas. The location and number of any additional cameras, if any, will be included on the plans during site plan review to the satisfaction of the planning division. The hours of operations are from 5:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and will be closed on Sunday. The fast food restaurant will employ a total of 8 people and roughly 15 employees working per shift. There are 3 shifts during the hours of operation. The proposed fast food restaurant is required to provide a minimum of 18 parking spaces in accordance with the IMC. The applicant proposes to provide a total of 67 parking spaces. Vehicular access to the site will be provided via 3 driveways, 2 located on Manchester Boulevard and 1 off of 85th Street. The traffic division provided 2 conditions to mitigate circulation impacts on the subject site. The first condition requires that employees assist with the drive-through traffic management and that cones be used to guide vehicles in the event of overflow. The second condition requires the installation of no left turn signs along Manchester Boulevard. In accordance with the IMC, the site design must provide queuing for a minimum of 8 vehicles. The proposed project includes a drive-through with double queuing lanes capable of accommodating up to 31 vehicles, which significantly exceeds the required minimum. The drive-through has 2 entrances. One is located at the northeast portion of the site, and the other is located at the southeast portion of the site, which is intended to improve on-site circulation, vehicle queuing, and overall parking efficiency while minimizing potential conflicts with pedestrian access areas. There are 2 pedestrian entrances oriented toward the public right-of-way, enhancing pedestrian visibility and accessibility. The applicant also proposes to remove the existing landscaping and 3-foot-tall masonry wall along the street frontage of Manchester Boulevard and replace them with a new landscape design featuring drought-tolerant plantings. Proposed plantings include shoestring acacia, desert willow, and African sumac that would provide shade and introduce vertical interest throughout the site. Shrubs such as rose globe barberry and Kings Park red and yellow grevillea would add color and texture, while accent plants including smooth agave, blue elf aloe, and desert spoon would enhance the pedestrian experience collectively. The proposed landscaping would contribute to a contemporary and visually engaging streetscape along Manchester Boulevard. Since the informational meeting, the staff continues to elevate potential enhancements to the building's design, including minor modifications to the elevations. The applicant has agreed to implement modifications to enhance the building's frontage, including increased glazing and in addition of a black metal trellis to cover the outdoor dining area. Although these modifications are not currently reflected in the submitted plans or renderings, the Planning Commission can incorporate them as conditions of approval. In addition, the Planning Commission may want to consider several design refinements, such as increasing the height and width of the windows, increasing the height of the full brick material, and increasing the building height. and conditioning the black metal trellis. As conditioned, the proposed project will serve as an enhancement to its neighborhood setting and will be compatible with the surrounding area. The proposed project is consistent with the general plan and supports the Inglewood Municipal Code. If Planning Commission approves the request, the applicant may be required to complete a site plan review application. A categorical exemption has been filed, and the project is exempt from further environmental review. No letters were received for or against this request. This concludes my presentation, and I'm available to answer any questions the commission might have. The applicant is also here tonight to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. Very good report. We're going to open it up for questions for you. We're going to start off with Commissioner Fowler.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Could you, I just want to, could you show on the screen, you mentioned there were no left turn signs. Could you show where that would be?
Yes.
Give
So
me a
let me
better
go
idea.
to the site plan. So here, it'll be along Manchester at the two entrances. So if you can see my mouse, it'll be here at this entrance. Oops.
Both on Manchester?
Correct.
Okay, as they exit.
As they exit, yes.
And then you mentioned the, a few modifications, height, windows, covering in the back. When are you saying that would need to be added or could be added
As
prior
conditions.
or as a condition?
As
It
conditions
would
and,
need to be today?
yes.
Thank you. No further questions right now.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Rice.
Can you mentally drive me through the two entrances for the drive-through?
Yes, so
Trying to see,
you will come, if you're coming in from Manchester, the entrance, here's the 100 feet approach.
okay,
And you
is-
can come in.
to the left, is that the Rally Burger?
Correct. This is where the
Okay.
rallies is.
Okay, so I'm coming in from Manchester, down below, there,
Correct.
okay?
And you can come into
entering there.
the southeast or the northeast.
And if we ever get down to one lane, tell me, because I'm looking at two right now. 2 lanes,
Yes.
okay,
Just to-
okay. Keep going down to the actual restaurant.
And now the restaurant is here.
Okay, now we're at the window. How do you get food over to the second lane?
So how it goes, Chick-fil-A, they do have employees that are within the drive-through area. So they do walk up to you and complete your order, and they also can walk to you and bring you your
To
food.
bring your order over to you?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. And did I don't know, let me ask the question again because I don't think you answered. If this item is approved, does the site plan review come back before this body?
No, it will not come back before.
So this is our one bite of the apple right here.
Correct.
You have 7 cameras outside, exterior cameras, and 23 cameras inside.
So the security cameras, they're going to be up to during site plan review, and the planning commission will review then.
I'm concerned about the security cameras on the exterior because you only have 7. And you have a building. If you had an open lot, 7 would be challenging to cover that space. You have a building in the middle of it. How do you, what I really want is to make sure that every inch of that property that they occupy, which is about 90% of it, is covered
And
with
you are,
cameras.
and the commissioners, you are welcome to condition for more security cameras.
Hold on one second. Okay, continue.
And the commissioners, you are welcome to condition for more security cameras.
Commissioner, during site plan review, staff will look over the plans and make sure that every angle is covered. And also in the conditions in the resolution, they have to go through SEPTED review also with IPD.
And last thing, we have, you had some elevations that were there. Can you go back to one of your elevations? Doesn't matter which one. This is right there. This is rather cartoonish for us. I mean, we're making a final decision right now on a building that's going into a community that we're trying to make sure that it enhances the community. I mean, color television was invented in, what, 1953? This is pre-color television.
Chairman and staff did mention that for some of the issues for consideration is to raise the brick level at the height of the entrance all around the front facade of the building, also to enlarge the width and height of the windows to give it that modern aesthetic look.
I understand, and those are suggestions that you're making, but we might have our own suggestions if we can get a better pictorial of what the finished product is going to look like, because we won't see it again if it's approved this evening.
So here's also a rendering of the building so you can see more of the exterior.
Not detailed enough for me. But I'll have some other questions for the applicant, Chairman. I'm done.
Commissioner Trail?
I was curious, I don't know if you'll be able to answer the applicant. Will there be contactless ordering by providing a mobile online ordering system? Because I noticed that from the previous wording on the old conditions, it said must provide, and the new one says may provide, which means they may or may not. Why the change?
So the change was made for a legal point for the applicant, which you can ask as well to the applicant, but they do have a mobile ordering system currently for all Chick-fil-A's.
Okay, applicant, I will be asking that question. And the other one, I know it's kind of silly, but on condition number 9, thank you. Condition number 9 on operation conditions. Why did we go from providing trash receptacles throughout to limiting the number of receptacles? I would think that you would want to make sure that there are enough receptacles for people that want to throw their trash. Sometimes those things overflow, and I see that in the new one, it says you will provide 1 within the patio area.
1 within the patio area and 2 along the frontage of the storefront of the restaurant.
Why the change from throughout to specific numbers?
So we wanted to be more specific for the applicant, just to make sure that language was in there. But the commissioners can condition to add more trash receptacles to the site.
Okay. I have some additional questions for the applicant, but thank you.
Commissioner Shaw Williams?
Yes, I'm concerned about the aesthetics and the overall look of the building as well. It looks like their typical cookie cutter Chick-fil-A that I've seen before. Secondly, I'm curious about, it says accommodating up to 31 vehicles, which significantly exceeds the required minimum. Should this be a concern, or is that looked at as a positive?
That's looked at as a positive, simply because drive-throughs for on the IMC, the minimum is 8 vehicles. They're able to accommodate to 31. So the drive-through wouldn't be an issue with the traffic and circulation on that site because it will prevent overflow from occurring.
Thank you. I'll reserve my other questions for the applicant. Thank you.
Okay, my questions have to do with exiting the facility, you have coming out on Manchester, there are no left turns. Can you bring that up again? So I see the one at the west end, and then there's the one at the east end. The one at the east end, is that closer to 7th Ave, 7th Avenue?
Correct.
Okay. So can someone exit through the alley as well?
No. So there's no access to the alley from this lot. It is closed off by a landscape buffer, so no one can access anything or exit from the alleyway.
Okay, so you can exit on Manchester near 7th Avenue. Is that the only exit onto Manchester? Is there any other exit like onto 7th Avenue? Is there an exit onto Crenshaw? And is there an exit near 85th Street?
So there is one exit near 85th Street, which is up here, if you can see the mouse. So here's an exit up here to the north, and then also down near the south is 2 exits and entrances along Manchester.
So there's nothing on Crenshaw then, is that
No,
correct?
nothing on Crenshaw, correct.
Now, there is an ICOP center there now, and what's going to happen to it?
It is going to stay there. This site will not interrupt the ICOP Center.
So if it doesn't interrupt the ICOP center, that planter and things that is there now will be removed for you to exit onto Manchester.
So it's another exit. So this, where the ICOP Center is, that exit is not shown on this plan. Is that what you're asking?
So there is an exit onto 7th Avenue then.
So from leaving from here, they would only be able to exit this premises from the Chick-fil-A from the 2 entrances on Manchester, because where the ICOP Center is, it is closed off with the landscaping buffer, so they wouldn't be able to make their way that way.
Okay.
Here's just a better view of it. So where the red outline is, that's the only entrances and exits will be the 2 along Manchester and the 1 on 85th. The landscaping buffer would cross off where the ICOP is.
And where that, I forgot the name of it, the hamburger stand on
The rallies.
Rallies, yes. Well, I'll ask the applicant that question. I have no further questions. If the applicant is here, thank you very much. Great presentation.
Thank
If the applicant is here, please come to the mic in the back and tell us about your particular project and why you want us to approve it. No, you're not. Sean.
Thank you, Commissioners, for your time tonight. My name is Travis Albini. I work with 4G Development and a consultant on behalf of Chick-fil-A. And before questioning, I'd just like to thank planning staff for Faith, Art, Bernard, and the countless hours of coordination that we've had on this project, as well as all the commissioners giving the time for this special meeting. And I would be happy to answer any applicant questions.
Okay. We're going to jump right on it then, sir. Or you have anything you want to say about your project?
Chick-fil-A is very excited to be here. We've been looking to get into Inglewood for a long time, and I think it's a well thought out site plan that staff has given a lot of time and thought to, along with coordinating with our team, and we appreciate that. We're really excited.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question here, and then I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues. Why would you want this Chick-fil-A to be here in Inglewood? What is the reasoning for you being here in Inglewood, and why should we approve this?
Well, Chick-fil-A as a whole is a very family-oriented restaurant. We offer far more beyond just a regular fast food location, which not only is present in additional site plan components that we put into this location specifically, and Chick-fil-A incorporates a very family-friendly vibe, including the kids' place and the outdoor trellis, which we've coordinated with and already agreed to build to make this entire Manchester and Crenshaw area family-friendly and a walkable, desirable place to spend time in the city. I'll turn it over to Alex as well for additional.
Okay, and what's your name, sir?
Sorry, I'm the owner of the property, and so I just wanted to touch base. My name's Alex Kozakov, and Travis can help more on the logistics.
You're going to have to
Sorry, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. But my name is Alex Kozakov. I'm the owner of the property, and I've been working with city staff and Chick-fil-A over the last probably 8 to 10 months. And to, I think, give a better answer to your question, we've been in the real estate business a long time. We've had the opportunity to work with Chick-fil-A for a number of years in a number of different markets. And I think what sets them apart from a lot of other groups is the fact that they're owner-operated, meaning that the corporation does not operate the stores. They have local people in the communities that operate the stores. And they do a much better job and different job than a lot of other restaurants in terms of bringing community together. They're great at engaging with local community, nonprofits, schools, families to create a community environment and make it welcoming to everybody. They do an incredible job of investing into the property, not only in their buildings, but in the landscape and making it a walkable place. When we purchased this property a few years back, we had no idea Big Lots was going to leave. When they did, it accelerated our vision of what we felt could be at this intersection, which is a great corner and a great intersection and something that we were committed to investing in long term. And after going through a pretty lengthy process, what we talked about at the community meeting and talking to a number of different grocers and ultimately Chick-fil-A, who had been looking in the area, approached us. We felt excited about the fact that Chick-fil-A wanted to be here because we know the impact that they have in their community with people. They create a lot of jobs and well-paying jobs in the community. They do a wonderful job of bringing kind of all the different generations from grandparents to parents to kids together. And we just feel that they'll be an incredible partner in the community. The operators, like I said, are involved and typically come from the area or have a local background in the area. And they don't only bring people from a business standpoint, but they do a wonderful job with their employees and growing their employee base. And treating them very well too along the way. So we've known Chick-fil-A for a long time on multiple levels, from a business to personal levels in their operators, and we've been extremely pleased with the jobs that they've done in different communities. So we hope it's something that you guys consider here.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're going to open up for, stay at the mic, please. Both of you, stay at the mic. We're going to open up for questions for, I'm sure, both of you. So we're going to start off with Commissioner Fowler, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My first question has to do with how is this store, I mean, this is Inglewood, so we're considered as the city of champions. So how is this store going to be different than the rest of the stores?
So from an architectural standpoint, I think Travis can speak to that more. We're not involved in the actual building of the product. I can say that the operators that they're considering for this store are extremely active in the communities that they currently operate in, bringing in, like I said, schools, people, nonprofit organizations, all to be a part of the community. So I think from a community aspect, they're going to be very engaging in their outreach. And then from a store aspect and aesthetic aspect, I'll let Travis talk to that, because he's the one who's been involved with the city planners on making sure that the site lives up to the standards of the city of Inglewood. And I will say we've gone back probably at least 10 times back and forth on changing the imaging. And I know the planners and Bernard and his team have pushed really hard to upgrade the imaging and upgrade the facade and the windows and the play area inside to make sure that it does live up to the standards of the city.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. I'll just add, if looking from the original site plan, Bernard virtually laughed at us and let us know that Inglewood is next level, and that was understood. And we went from a small building to the north near 85th to bringing a larger building down towards Manchester, which really enhances the entire area. As far as the architecture, the renderings don't quite do it justice without the trellis. That'll be a large, prominent feature near the corner, closer to the southwest corner. Instead of those red awnings, it'll be a large, black, modern trellis canopy that'll provide shade for the families that want to sit outside and eat. And the brick, we've been working with the city diligently and back and forth, and we are open to changes. We've agreed to changes, and we just need some additional time as far as actually getting them onto the plans. But we would love to continue that conversation with the planning staff to make sure that this building is something that Chick-fil-A is proud to bring to Inglewood, and that Inglewood would be proud to have sitting right there on Manchester.
Thank you. Travis mentioned employing local hires. So has Chick-fil-A usually been working with our labor partners?
Was the question, does Chick-fil-A work with labor partners?
Labor.
Labor.
Oh, labor unions.
As far as the Chick-fil-A, the building process, we would absolutely be open to accepting bids from the local trades and partners in this area, absolutely.
That was my question.
Okay.
Thank you. And then finally, I saw several conditions in here. I'm assuming you read all of those and would agree to those, but I am interested in the difference on the height of the windows and the covering of the outside. Like today, it gets hot here. And so I can tell you that will probably be what I would be leaning towards as some additional conditions. But I will pass to the chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Rice?
Mr. Albini,
Yes, sir.
you're responsible for the outcome of this building and how it's going to look and design and the feel that's going to have on that intersection that Mr. Casacaba spoke of, right? You're responsible for the finished product?
Yes, I work with the Chick-fil-A team and their team as well to interface with the city on that, yes.
What we really need this place to be, if it's going to be approved, and I speak to staff on that also, this needs to be a flagship. You really need to have a Chick-fil-A flagship on this corner. And if we can't do that, we really shouldn't do it, shouldn't attempt it. This community is really concerned about what's going to be on that corner. And I want you guys to focus on it. I want Mr. Casacaba to put your feet to the fire to make sure that you produce that, and that's what you bring to the planning department, since we're not going to have another opportunity to see a site review.
I think everybody's goal is to have a first-class building here. That's going to be something that the community can be proud of, and that we can be proud of as owners, and Chick-fil-A can be proud of as operators. We've spent a lot of time here in trying to figure out what is going to be the right look and the right fit, and I think Chick-fil-A is continue to be open during, if it's approved during site plan review, to continue to make modifications to make sure that it is up to the standards of the city and works for Chick-fil-A and works for the community. And one other thing I just wanted to touch on, I'm not sure if maybe I didn't hear Faith clearly, but it's not 8 people that they're going to employ, but the operator plans to employ between 80 and 100 people at the location. So I think it'll be a big boon for the local community too.
I'm fine with the number of people that are being employed at that location. I just want it to be a place that they're very proud to come to.
Absolutely.
And
We do too.
And the community is very proud to have it there.
Yeah, we do too. We're aligned.
Chair, if I may. Your permission.
Yes.
Thank you.
You had,
So just a bit of a kind of background as Travis and Alex mentioned, staff had been going back and forth with Chick-fil-A over almost a year now, and quite frankly, a couple of times the project almost died because they weren't at the time willing to make the concessions that we were requesting, that we felt this body would be comfortable with. And so to date, this modified design had become something that staff had felt comfortable with. But I'm gonna tell you, to be perfectly honest, we're working, and this team has worked really, really hard to meet our standard. And I probably haven't been at oftentimes the nicest director because I care about this community. And I'm asking that for your continued trust as we work with the developer to continue to provide something that we all are proud of. This is not by no means a finished product architecturally, but there is going to be a process that they go through from a site plan review standpoint, and we will make sure, and we can make sure that as these plans get submitted to you, I mean to us, that we can also provide it to you so that you can kind of see what the final finished product looks like. But I will say that we're moving to the next level, and Commissioner Rice, I absolutely agree that anything that comes, because this is going to be the catalyst for the revitalization of that Manchester corridor. And so anything that comes behind this project isn't going to go backwards, right? It's got to go the other way. And so we have put our feet, we've put their feet to the fire already and are continuing to. One of the challenges that we had was given the information, the timing that we had between the informational meeting that we had and today's planning commission meeting, there just wasn't quite enough time for them to be able to have fully made all of the changes that we've required, which is why we conditioned them to ensure that they are going to meet the standards that we have in place.
Okay, can I say something on that? And I agree with Commissioner Rice in regards to this is it for us making a decision on what needs to be done. So is there any way that we can take a look, because Commissioner Rice did indicate, and I do agree, that it looks not more cartoonish, where we should be able to see the final piece that we want to approve. So I'm asking, or I'm suggesting, or asking you, sir, is there a way that we can see something before we make that final decision? That way, and trust me, I believe what you're saying, but we represent the community as well. So we want to make sure that our final decision will be something that the community will be pleased with.
Well, that is under your purview. The alternative outside of an approval or denial would be a continuance. I think one of the issues that we've had with this project is that we've continued it multiple times, and so you know, a lot of it was to be able to inform kind of the community of what the project was going to be, and the details associated with it. And so, you know, it's at your discretion as a discretionary body to make that decision that you feel is best. But I would leave that to you, and maybe even allow for the other commissioners to finish their line of questioning, and maybe it pulls some
Okay.
other information out.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Trejo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I agree with what my colleagues have said so far, particularly when Commissioner Rice said that this is a flagship, that the site should be a flagship Chick-fil-A. I don't see flagship Chick-fil-A design. It's with all due respect, it is a little plain looking. And I don't know, which sort of leads to my next question. Does Chick-fil-A have to follow a certain design for its franchises?
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Carlos Arias. I am here representing Chick-fil-A. I work for Chick-fil-A. I'm the development manager for Chick-fil-A. Thank you all for allowing us to present tonight. And one thing is clear, and it's that the commissioners, this body wants more. And everyone's said it well. We're committed to doing more along the frontage road and also along the patio area. To answer your question, Commissioner Trejo, we have prototypes. This is not that. We've come a long way since we started working with city staff last year, and
Can I interrupt you just one quick second?
Sure.
Do you have to follow a certain design?
Yes, from the building footprint, yes. Every change that modifies the interior layout, the kitchen equipment, every couple of inches matter. Where we do have flexibility is on the facade of the building. So the
Okay,
brick.
so I will sort of be interrupting you again, just to make sure that I have the answer. I don't think, personally, I'm not talking about changing the footprint at all. What I'm talking about is the design of the outside. And Mr. McCrumbie, I do know how hard the staff works, and I know that you've been trying your best to come up with a design that the community, again, if it's approved, that the community and the commissioners are happy with. The thing is, for me, again, I go back to the design. To me, it's very plain looking. I don't see it as a flagship fast food place, not at all. I like to see a finished, almost finished product, including design, landscaping, all of those items. I like to see that come before the commission so I know what we're voting on. I mean, I heard one of the speakers say that you need additional time to maybe address some of the concerns that the staff had. I'm sort of laying out my concern on the design. I understand also that if we'd like, we could possibly continue this in order for the commission to have a better understanding of what this building is going to look like. But for right now, again, the design doesn't do anything for me. We've had a number of new projects coming in, and Mr. Chair, stop me if I'm going over too long, but we've had a number of projects that have come into Inglewood that look fabulous. And I think that this site should look fabulous also. And I'm just talking design right now. There's other questions that I have that I'll go through very quickly. But one is the traffic circulation. I know that the Traffic Commission recommended a couple of conditions where the employees help manage the traffic, and that no left turns no left turn signs be installed. Having witnessed the large number of cars that go to Chick-fil-A, because they're all over, a lot of people don't even pay attention to the signs. If it says no left turn, they may not pay attention, and a lot of them don't. That's one thing. Secondly, I think that if there is any traffic management that takes place for traffic circulation, it should be by somebody that is trained to do traffic management, not just a young man or a young lady or an employee, let me put it, in all age ranges, that's going to go outside and try to manage the traffic. I think they need to be somebody that is professionally trained, whether that's by hiring a professional traffic manager or training somebody or a few of your employees under a traffic manager. Because I think that's important, because there's traffic circulation problems that I think will be there. My next question is on will your employees be using tablets when the cars are in the queue to order? Much like they do at In-N-Out.
Yes, we do have the technology to send team members out as cars start stacking in the drive-through lane and to take orders upstream. Absolutely, it's one of our standard operating procedures for most, if not all, of our drive-through lanes. Makes things go really efficient. And maybe just to sorry, more questions?
Did you finish with that answer? Because I do have one more question.
Yes.
Okay, my other question again is is that mobile ordering, mobile online ordering. Are you going to have it or not?
Absolutely. In fact, we have one right now. We have an app that is up and running. It's been up and running for a while, and it's actually been very, very beneficial. A complete game changer, really, for our circulation. What we've experienced is the more adoption, the more our customers use the app and download the app and use the app, the better the circulation on site, because we can then plan for the food before customers even arrive on site. It allows us to make the food. It actually removes a few components. I know you mentioned the kiosk. We don't have that technology out there as a main streamlined product now. I'm not sure that's even in the vision. And so that's why we wanted the flexibility for that, to remove that. And technology changes too, right? And so with that, the mobile app does a couple things. It allows us to go a little faster in the drive-through lane by not having to stop to think about what you're going to order. Then you have to process the payment. So it becomes a very efficient thing.
So will there be a separate area for people to come and pick up their food that they have ordered, or do they have to go into the line?
There will be a separate area. Customers have a lot of options. They have that you can dine in. We also have, with the mobile app, we have the opportunity to have curbside ordering and then drive-through. And so we want to make it as convenient for our customers to come and dine with us or drive through with us.
Okay, so if I've ordered online and I drive over there, I can park and go inside and pick it up. Or I can wait in line and at the window say, I ordered it, I'm order number 35, and they'll give it to me there. Or where do you have an area where like Uber Eats will come by and pick it up?
Correct. I believe we have all those options, if I understood it correctly. You can park and come inside and have your order ready so that you can just pick up and walk out. Or you can come and order, wait to have our team members take your order like traditionally at our restaurants, or you can pull up to a curb, to a stall, and then we call those curbside deliveries, where you just park and you say, I'm here on the app, and then we have a team member come and walk out to your car.
Okay, thank you. I may have more later, but I don't know. Thank you.
Commissioner Shaw Williams?
Hi, good evening. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. You already know that we have some concerns with the design. We want the wow factor. Your competitor is giving us that. And I'm just hoping you can come back and give us something that we can be very proud of, because that location is the gateway into Inglewood. With that, I do have a question concerning that Rallies. Will they share the parking lot with you, or are you going to give them their exclusive parking so that the customers who are dining or eating at Rallies can have some privacy just with Rallies?
Yeah, we have separate parking. Fortunately, on the lot too, that'll be for the Rallies customers.
Okay, that's good. And another question I have, do you guys do fundraisers for organizations?
Our operators, our operators do have a significant amount of involvement in the community, in organizations that are local to them and interests that they care about. And so it is absolutely commonplace to be involved in some capacity to that. That is separate from staff like myself that work out of the corporate office. But at the end of the day, it's really up to the operator who will be running the store.
Okay, and now I know with sweeps, in terms of cleaning internally in your store, does the sweeps also go outside into the parking lot and you keep a log?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I think that was one of the questions. I can maybe talk a little bit about that overall operations. Every day we're cleaning. It is standard for us to, we call it going to second mile service, actually, and walking the whole parking lot before they close and leave the site. Our expectation is for our customers to go and walk the perimeter of the property. We know trash is going to happen, and we want to be a good neighbor. We pride ourselves on being a good neighbor. We know there's residences next door, and the last thing we want is for our trash to be going outside of that. So I think we're planning on that. There's even a condition of approval that captures that and keeps us to that, to walk the perimeter and even walk the sidewalk. So that's our plan. I think there was a question about, on that note, the receptacles. One of the reasons we wanted some flexibility is all we're asking for on the amount of receptacles is because our experience has been that in very dense areas, the more receptacles we place outside of the store, out on the site, well, they just get full, right? And it is not necessarily Chick-fil-A. And so the further out from the visibility of our team members, for the most part, during peak hours, our team members are right around the building and the drive-through lane. And so what happens is we lose visibility to when trash receptacles that are far away start to get filled, and then we don't know that they're necessarily filled. And so it doesn't look good, it needs maintained, and it's a maintenance issue for our operational team to go and do it right, as opposed to seeing it, walking by and handling it on the spot. So our team members are great, they try really hard to be good about that, but the more receptacles we put, it almost encourages more trash, unfortunately. So we just want flexibility on that.
I will say this, because Chick-fil-A is probably one of the only places I will do fast food. Your employees are amazing, always respectful, helpful, very, very accommodating. So you guys do a great job.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay.
I will, if I may, it came up again, and I just want to reiterate the fact that if it's not clear, Chick-fil-A is more than willing and plans to continue to work with the staff on the elevation. So that was always intended. Again, I think we're happy to do more on the facade facing Manchester and the patio area. So just know that we hear you loud and clear. We need to do more, and we certainly plan on doing it and continue working with the staff. They've been great. We've been having a lot of conversations for a long time, and to their credit, they've done a really good job explaining how important this corner is, how much and their long-term plans for this corridor as well. So credit to them, and we're aligned on that, but I understand we need to do a little more work.
Okay, thank you. No further questions, Chair.
Okay, thank you. I do have a few questions, and then we're going to have some more questions for you. You're in competition with a lot of fast food restaurants, and I understand you say you're not a fast food. Did I hear you say that?
I don't believe I said that.
Okay, you didn't say that, so you're
I
fast.
apologize if I did. We are a quick service restaurant, absolutely. We're a drive-through business, and we're also a sit-down, dine-in business as well. In fact, that's how our first restaurant started. So
Okay, so you're in competition with Rally's Burger. You're in competition with Jack in the Box, Fat Burger, Popeyes. That's your competition. So have you reached out to the community? Have you gone out to the community to tell them exactly what you plan on doing at that corner?
we did hold a community meeting, I forget the date, a couple weeks ago. Yes, forgive me, I don't remember the date. But we did hold a community meeting to provide the information that's been shown here as well. And yes, in terms of competitors, we're in the chicken business, and we do have drive-throughs like some of those hamburger places, but typically we would not see that.
You just
as-
do chicken.
Correct. I mean,
Okay.
yes.
All right, so we do have another question for you. Commissioner Rice? You have another question too, right? Yes. Okay. You want to wait until? You do your final remarks now. Okay. Commissioner Trail?
Just one quick question on employee parking. Are you going to designate an area for the employees that you'll probably have about, what, 15 a shift?
That's about right. It varies depending on the store and the demand of the store. We typically don't put anything in pavement, on the pavement, for the same reason. We like flexibility. What normally happens is we have our employees park in the busy sections, especially during peak hours, right? So that those are not high turnover spots. That way it's just generally safer and there's not a lot of movement in that particular drive aisle. So we would put them in a spot that does not necessarily become the prime parking for our customers. We want our customers to have a great experience all the way around, including when they park. So we try to put them closer to the building.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. At this time, we want to open up for the residents and people who are in favor or for this particular project, in favor or not in favor of this particular project. You have 1 minute, and give us your name.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Corey Crockerham. I'm a member of the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters, Local 323. And I would ask that this commission continue this project so that we have a chance to speak with the owner and developer. And the reason why is because when projects like this are built in a community, it's oftentimes that the contractor is not, the contractor that builds the project is not a responsible contractor. Doesn't take into account hiring local community members to build the project, and sometimes these the folks that do come in and build the project are exploited. And we want to make sure that that doesn't happen, so we ask that you continue this project so that we can have time to ensure that the contractor who does develop this project does develop it with responsible contractor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jesus Camargo. I'm with the Western State Regional Carpenters. I support this, but I just strongly, respectfully ask if you could put strong labor standards before passing this bill. Thank you.
Good evening, Commission. My name is Yolanda Davidson. I'm a lifelong Inglewood resident. Let me start by saying that I have not been in favor of bringing more fast food to our district. However, our community deserves healthy options, quality sit-down restaurants, and development that reflects the growth we keep hearing about. But I also have to be real. Chick-fil-A is willing to come. Crenshaw and Manchester is an eyesore. They are willing to invest and open their doors and serve our community. They're going to hire young people who desperately need opportunity in this community, and that matters because the truth is other businesses have not. We've seen companies like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods pass on Inglewood, even though billions of dollars are being poured into the city. So we have to ask ourselves why. Now, I do want to acknowledge something positive. I'm excited about Sprouts coming. That's the kind of major investment that we need in a food desert. But at the same time, we have properties sitting vacant, land that's being banked. Sometimes out-of-state and international investors have left vacant lots.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Mhm.
Good evening. My name is Kayla Dixon. I'm a proud, hardworking owner of a duplex on 85th Street, which means I pull out from my driveway into the former Big Lots parking lot. I don't want to ignore the fact that I did buy in an area that has a lot that is sitting there. I just want for it to be considered the traffic that we are bringing to the area. It's already a busy intersection. As someone who sees accidents daily, maybe not daily, in the area, I just want to be mindful of what we are bringing more traffic into. Also, sound considerations. I know we are already on a flight path, but in that same sense, I know there's going to be a play area there, and as someone who works from home, just want to be mindful for that. And then just protect the alley. As someone who pulls out in the alley, I've almost been hit numerous times, so just please keep that in mind when you're considering that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Councilor. My name is Tymor Hangs. I'm also a union carpenter, but I'm also an Inglewood resident for 40 years, also of Morningside Park. I have a few concerns myself for our safety concerns. On 85th, it's a few daycares. I don't know if you guys put that into consideration. Actually check with the community and check with those daycares for their safety. And also on 85th and Crenshaw, if you're a resident around here, you quite know it's accidents there on a regular that hits that insurance place. So those are also my safety concerns. And also, are you guys gonna hire like union guys? Like give us a chance to like work in our community? That's nice that you want to hire guys to work at Chick-fil-A, but Inglewood's kind of expensive. You're not gonna afford to work. I mean, live in Inglewood working at Chick-fil-A. Not like that, but put that in consideration. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name's Adriana White. I live in District 1. I'm here to speak in opposition against the Chick-fil-A development. It doesn't align with the long-term goals of the Next Level Inglewood plan. That plan emphasizes building a more walkable, economically resilient, and community-focused city, and this project just moves us in the opposite direction. Franchise and chain establishments, especially high-volume drive-through models, extract a significant portion of their profits from the community and contribute very little of reinvestment into the community aside from the actual property that they're in. And based on the informational session that we sat through, it was based on the owner's preference of how they wanted to reinvest any money with no expectation that there was reinvestment in the community. Excuse me, sorry, I'm losing my voice. This corridor is also a really heavily trafficked area, and I think more car congestion in parking lots can be very overwhelming for the community, especially if you're trying to create a more walkable environment. Instead of creating more walking paths, there's just more parking lots. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name's Ann Simmons. I am also a Morningside resident of 10 years. I am opposed to the Chick-fil-A because I also think that there's way too much traffic. The accidents on 85th and Manchester are out of control. There's so much fast food there already. I do not think that Chick-fil-A elevates the community to the next level. And I feel like if it's about the family, as a family on Sundays, I want somewhere to walk to. Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays. It'll be open on Saturdays, but I just feel like it won't bring what we need to the community in Inglewood. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we're going to close this segment. Right now, I need some final words from our commissioners. So we're going to start with Commissioner Fowler, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I was able to attend the community meeting that was held with standing room only attendance. I am a resident of Morningside Park. I've been there for 15 years. I think it would have helped had we shown the initial, for my colleagues, the initial rendering versus the current rendering. It has been some significant improvement thanks to the staff. I am aware of the traffic. I also am aware of the marketing presentation that was given, which if you were there, it was excellent because it talked about the people we would like to see coming to Inglewood, but it also showed why they're not coming. And so we've got some work to do in Inglewood in getting up our education for our students. That's one of the key things as why a Trader Joe's or who are the finer restaurants we'd like to see. These are some of the things they look at, fortunately or unfortunately, before they decide to come to our community. What was impressive was the fact that after the meeting, because I'm always concerned, there's one thing people say something when they're in a meeting, but a lot of people will react after the meeting. And the fact that there were no comments against the project after the meeting, it gave me the sense that people were satisfied. I did ask the question about labor. This has been continued several times deliberately because Councilwoman Gray wanted to get feedback and wanted the community to know exactly what was planned. And it's not just going to be a Chick-fil-A. There's further development that they spoke to on that property. But right now, one of the businesses does have a 10-year lease that we have to honor. But there's been a lot of talk about how we could further expand that lot. It's huge. So I'm asking my colleagues to consider all those factors as well in coming to a decision. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Rice?
I attended that meeting also, and there may not have been a number of people who came and said that they were still disenchanted with the Chick-fil-A coming, but I didn't have anyone to walk up to me and say that they were really pleased now that they attended the meeting, and that they really endorsed Chick-fil-A coming either. I think it gave a lot of people food for thought, as it gave me food for thought also. I'm just concerned that I've been on the Planning Commission 13 years or so now, and we've had projects that have come, and we bought into them, and then they did some changes to save some costs along the way, and we ended up accepting some of those changes. In this particular case, we can't, and I think we have to do it right the first time. And if we're going to have the design review or site plan that's going to finalize this project, the Planning Commission has to be a part of it. So the only way I would accept this project moving forward, we would have to keep the Planning Commission attached on this particular project. No further statements.
Thank you. Commissioner Trejo?
Well, I think that there's been a lot of work put into Chick-fil-A, into acquiring the property, designing it, working with the community, or at least having the informational meeting with the community. A lot of work with the staff. And again, on this one, because it is, in my opinion, and not only my opinion, but the flagship site, and the fact that even one of the speakers, the Chick-fil-A representative, indicated that they need additional time to come up with something more flagship-ish. I would like to see this continued. I think that we need to have that. And again, Mr. McCrombie, it is not a reflection on the work that the staff does, because I know you guys work really, really hard. But I do want to see a better design, and as Commissioner Rice said, that the commission should be a little bit more a part of that. So I'd like to continue this. That's my comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Shaw Williams?
I concur with Commissioner Rice and Trejo. You know, we represent the community, and we want to be proud of what we do in terms of making a decision. So I am also in, in that position of not wanting to be too quick to jump the gun and say, okay, let's just get this approved and move on. So I think it should be continued as well. No further comments or questions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, commissioners, for your statements. Mine is similar to my colleagues in regards to my statement is in regards to my fellow colleagues, Commissioner Shaw Williams, Commissioner Trejo, Commissioner Rice, as far as a continuation. I believe that it should be a flagship. It should be top notch. And I also believe that we should have something, and I need to talk to Mr. McCumbo in regards to that as well, because I got some information that you had indicated to us last week in regards to why other companies do not want to come to Inglewood. I'm in agreement to some of the residents in regards to making sure that that particular corner is a corner that is not only well lit up physically, but well lit up financially as well. I think that the other fast foods in that area would kind of crowd that area. So I want it to be an area where the residents and the community would be proud. I do know that you guys have done an excellent job. Don't get us wrong. I know you guys, I've heard it, that you guys have done an excellent job, and you are here tonight. So my hat's off to you for the job that you had done. So,
Point of order, Mr. Chair. I did not hear Commissioner Rice say continue. Commissioner Rice put a condition of a site review before the board. So I just wanted to make sure that that was
well taken. Understood. Okay, at this particular point, is there a motion on the floor?
Motion. I move that item number SUP 25-00024 be continued to the April Planning Commission meeting.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved in second. Call for any questions? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Fowler,
no.
Commissioner Rice,
No.
Commissioner Trejo,
Yes.
Commissioner Shaw Williams,
Aye.
Chairman Springs.
Aye.
Get clarification, April 2nd's a Thursday, I believe. Do we want to make any modifications?
Yes.
To the,
And then do we want to maybe figure out whether that's enough time for the applicant to make
Yes.
any site plan changes?
Yes.
If possible.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can we get a few minutes to have
Okay.
a conversation with the applicant to see if we've
All right.
provided them enough time? Chair, do you want to announce the recess?
We're going to have a 5-minute recess. 5-minute recess, please. Where are my commissioners? Avocados, huh?
No, my tree is not in shock anymore. But it's not gonna have avocado. It's got two tiny ones right now, two tiny ones. I don't think I'm going to bring the same amount of avocados I did in December.
There's a, I went to this farm, it's on Sepulveda, just north of Manchester. Country that they're giving away. They got the thing down to $40.
Really?
Yes. You're gonna have to show me how this works, man. Okay, you ready? Okay, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna call this meeting to order. We're gonna call this meeting to order. Mr. McCombo?
Thank you, Chair, for allowing the recess. After consulting with the applicant, they're asking that the meeting be continued to May 6th to allow them time and enough time to look through their design and also go through the corporate process and approval process that's a part of their design.
Is that something we need to vote on?
You will need to amend your original motion for a continuance, and so that we can continue it to a day certain. Also, it should be known that there would not be another notice because we're continuing it to a date certain. It would be just scheduled for the May 6th
Very good.
regularly scheduled Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, so the original maker of the motion, would you be willing to, first, on the second, first, I need to know, would you amend your motion to indicate May 6, 2026?
Yes.
And would the person who made the second, would you be willing to, okay. So it's been amended to May 6, 2026, and the commissioner who second agreed to the second as well.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Commissioner Fowler,
Yes.
Commissioner Rice,
Yes.
Commissioner Trejo,
Yes.
Commissioner Shaw Williams,
Yes.
Chairman Springs.
Yes. Okay, Mr. McCumble. I think,
There's no appeal period, so we can move to the next item on the agenda.
okay, thank you. Okay, this is a public comments. Any person wishing to address the planning commission on any other items in their jurisdiction may do so at this time. You can go up to the mic, give us your name. You have 1 minute.
We had a traffic study on 85th and Crenshaw where there's a ton of accidents.
Okay, that's your request?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else? Okay, we're going to close this segment. And now we have commissioners' initiatives. So we'd like to start with Commissioner, we're going to start on the other side. Shaw Williams,
Hi.
we're going to do you first.
I just want to thank everyone who came out Saturday to celebrate my retirement with me. I appreciate you guys. We had a good time. You ate up all my Portos. I barely got a meat pie. But no, I truly appreciate you guys. You guys are like family to me. And again, thank you. And you guys have a fabulous weekend.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Trejo?
I don't have anything at this time other than to say that, yes, I did enjoy myself and I enjoyed Portos. I'm still going to push for Portos anytime I get a chance. At some point, we will. I have every faith. Thank you.
Commissioner Rice?
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope to see you all in April.
Okay. Commissioner Fowler?
Yes, on behalf of Councilwoman Gray and myself, we wish you the very best in your retirement, Commissioner Williams. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day for those of you who've had an opportunity to celebrate it. And I'm looking forward to spring break myself. So be safe out there, and thank you all for participating. We really appreciate it. It's important.
Okay, my closing comments. Thank you very much for helping on Pin K near the Renaissance. It's flowing like, you guys are it. You guys are the bomb. That was you, Art? Okay, he's not going to say it was him. But thank you guys very much. And thank for the community for coming out. We appreciate you guys coming out and giving your opinions on what should go in Inglewood. The gentleman who made a statement in regards to the contractors getting in contact with Chick-fil-A, you have an opportunity to do that. You have some time to do that. We will be looking into the traffic on 85th and Crenshaw. And the lady who lives on 85th, we're going to be looking into that traffic study of that alley there as well. So thank you for coming out and giving us your opinions and what we should be doing. You're keeping us on our toes as well. If there's nothing else, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.